riots, strikes, unemployment, and inflation. This is what characterized British society during the 1970s. And to add insult to injury, Queen Elizabeth II decides to host her Silver Jubilee, celebrating her very own 25 years on the throne, acting as if nothing was wrong with the country and that there was nothing else to fix. So it's not surprising that a song like God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols would become such a huge success in the country despite facing major censorship. It's because the song perfectly embodies the feelings of the British population. Which raises the question, how exactly does the song manage to do this? The answer is simple, really. It's because the song expresses perfectly the feelings of the British population towards the growing resentment of the British population towards the monarchy, and just the feeling of general unhappiness that they lived with from day to day, on a day to day basis. Firstly, the song points out the superficiality of the British monarchy. In fact, in the first few lyrics of the song, they go as far as to say, "God save the Queen, she's not a human being." This really shows that the British population saw the Queen Elizabeth as disconnected from reality and as out of touch with her people. In fact, she would use her she would orchestrate these grandiose events like the Silver Jubilee instead of using her influence to do something impactful like addressing any of the problems that were plaguing the British society or helping out in any way, shape, or form. So naturally, the people didn't really feel like the Queen cared about them. And another lyric that drives this idea forward comes later in the song. It's God save the Queen because tourists are money. This shows that the monarchy is very materialistic. They don't really care about their people. All they care about at the end of the day is lining their pockets. And they only care about bringing new people in to make the biggest profit possible instead of helping out the people that are already there. And finally, the lyric continues with, "And our figurehead is not what she seems." This once again gives the impression that the queen is very unauthentic and she's like a mascot for a big corporation, but she's a figurehead for a country. She's just there for images. It doesn't feel like a real person to the people, to the British people. All these lyrics together just really give the impression that the British monarchy was very shallow in the perspective of the British population. Another point is that the British monarchy is very immoral and outdated. In fact, at the time of the song, most other developed countries had abolished any form of monarchy systems. In fact, England was the only one that was lagging behind. Everyone else were doing democracies and republics. And this point is supported by the very iconic line at the start of the song, "God save the Queen, a fascist regime," which establishes an interesting comparison between the monarchy and fascist regime. In fact, in a fascist regime, you'll often see worship of the political leader and also forcive oppression of anyone who dares to oppose to that political leader. Finally, the song points out the general unhappiness, uselessness, and hopelessness felt by the British working class. In fact, in the song, they characterize themselves as flowers in a dustbin, so essentially garbage, and poison in a human machine. The term poison in a human machine here refers to the fact that the working class would work really hard from day to day just to make ends meet while enriching some person that was already pretty rich. Finally, the repetition of the word "no future" sprinkled across the song really insists on this point that the British people didn't think that there was anything for them in this country, that they had no future. And all in all, the song really expresses the anguish that was felt by the British population at the time. So to close here, the song by the Sex Pistols voiced the problems that plagued the British society during the 1970s. It mainly talked about the monarchy and the feelings of the the working middle class. Ironically enough, these voices were not heard because the song faced major censorship. Thanks for listening.